We're in the second year of the COVID virus. I've spent the last 2 years not being able to fly anywhere, go by boat anywhere, or travel anywhere to do any of my shows. So for a few shows, I went back and found some old footage that I had and used them to make a couple of shows. I'm all out of material now, and it's still not safe to travel too much. So instead of looking outward from here around the world, I thought I'd do just the opposite. I would work inward from here down instead of up. So what I did is I took my video camera and I went around my property, my yard, and took videos of all the things that give me pleasure and have been for the last 2 summers. When I said looking inward, I mean just that. My property is 2.2 acres. There's an acre on which the house exists, and another acre which is forest land. When my granddaughters were young, I decided to make a train for them and build a path that went all through the wooded area. I made the train out of a riding lawnmower for the engine, and I got 2 pull carts behind them and turned them into railroad cars. I'll tell you this, the kids enjoyed it, and Uncle Dave, that was me at the time, was where everyone wanted to come for parties because Uncle Dave had a train. So, my granddaughters are all grown. I don't have the train anymore, but I do have the path going through the woods, and that is my folly. My family calls it Dad's folly, having that area to go and ride around in. So let's take a look at it. So this is the trail which I carved out of virgin forest. The main trail is named after my daughter. Her nickname is Lil. In fact, I named all the sections of the paths after my family members and labeled it accordingly. You may have noted that the trail is lined with wooden logs. Yes, there are many hundreds of them, and I cut each one by myself. They are mostly pine, so not good for burning in the fireplace. When I had the train, this pathway had a real use, but now I keep it just for my own satisfaction. After all, I have to find some use for all the wood I've cut from fallen trees. Most people go out for a Sunday drive, but I just hop on the tractor and can do it anytime. This season was unusual in this 1 acre woods. In the spring, there were hundreds and hundreds of pine cones covering the forest carpet. And now in early fall, it's the mushrooms everywhere because of all the rain we've had. The main square of the area is Jägerplatz, or Hunter's Square. I have put many signs up in German, French, and Italian, since these are the languages spoken in Switzerland. And this fits perfectly, since my house is a Swiss chalet. So now, let's cross the wooden bridge. Here we see my little Ipswich town, circa 1650. Living in the outskirts of the small New England town is so satisfying. We don't have streets here. We have lanes, roads, and ways. No sidewalks, no huge cement buildings, no traffic, very little noise. One thing we do have is the variety of animal life. For years we have been host to many generations of wild turkeys. Mothers and babies feel quite at home here. They don't just tolerate us, they always seem to enjoy our company. This tough-looking dragonfly is one of my favorite guests. He comes every summer and is really quite remarkable. Of course, our faithful birds, Mr. and Mrs. Mourning Dove, come back every summer to keep us company. I guess my favorite animals are the chipmunks. We have 4 of them that feast under the bird feeder all day long. This little guy we call Petey. He has somehow damaged one of his ears. I know you think I must be crazy to be impressed by these small, unimportant things, but in a time of a pandemic, when going out and mixing with other people could be dangerous, it is satisfying to have a place to turn to for comfort and reassurance that everything will be okay someday. If I turn to the small things in life, I can cope with the big ones. Due to the very wet spring, all growing things flourished this summer, including my 2 apple trees. These apples are tiny and really sour, but good just the same. Here are some stills I took of my flowering bushes last spring. Enjoy. While my family was preparing for my son Michael's wedding, he decided to have the ceremony in our lower yard. He got together with a friend and built this beautiful gazebo with a fountain and collecting pool. I enjoy sitting inside and relaxing. So there you have it. That's my story of how I coped with COVID-19, concentrating on the small things which make life worth living. Bye for now.